Hello, everybody. I'm Steve Reinharz, the CEO of Artificial Intelligence Technology Solutions. We're going to have a little bit of fun today. We're going to go inside a presentation to Taylor PD, show you some different pieces of it, and we're going to go back into the Rex, my first Rex visit of the calendar year, and check and see some new stuff there. And we're going to talk about a problem that many of us in the company are working on and we're going to have solved soon. But let's get to it, guys. This is your weekly update. It's publishing on January the 27th, 2024. Let's start with, I guess, the highest publicity item of this week, which was Fox 2 News Detroit putting out a minute segment on their either 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock news from the Rex, which was really based on our presentation to the city of Taylor, which is a large suburb of Detroit. And we had the chief of police of the city of Taylor at the Rex as well. A lot of that video and dialogue got left on the cutting room floor. We only got 60 seconds. I'm grateful to have the 60 seconds, but last summer they did like a 4-minute piece on us, and I was hoping for the same this time. A small win. I got to hang out with the mayor of Taylor for a bunch of minutes as well while we were there. Super cool guy, loves it. Really great city, well run, great police department. Very, very, very happy to have those guys in the family, and we'll see how that matures into sales and how that then matures into more sales of RADDOG. I posted on Friday, the day that I'm recording this, January 26th, that, I'm 50-50. There's definitely a path to get enough RADDOG into the cities, the RADDOG LEs, mind you, the RADDOG LEs, to get enough RADDOG LEs into the city, into cities to, get us up to $1 million in annual recurring revenue. Now, I see a path for that this coming fiscal year, which starts on March and ends next February. So I see a path to do that, and that excites me. So we're going to put a little bit of time in, and we're going to see how that plays out. Obviously, we have to limit what we focus our development on because we only have so many resources. But projects that have $1 million ARR potential within 12 months or so, those projects are worth our time, so we're pursuing it. Okay, anyway, very, very, very fun. Talking about fun stuff, we're filming next week for that major crime drama. Episodes start appearing on air in February. I think that we're in episode 5, which films next week. So I can't tell you more, but I heard episode 5. It might not be, and things shift around and move around, but at the moment, the best information I have is episode 5, which I think is going to show in early mid-March. And we never know what's going to happen, but this stuff's got RAD and AITX logos all on it, so hopefully that brings us eyeballs. That's what we do these things. So that's very exciting for us too. And I know as a kind of a community, we love when our stuff goes on the big screen or the small screen and gets seen by hundreds of thousands or millions of people. Now, let's take a look into a couple things, right? So Doug's going to pull up some of the video from Taylor PD as I play it. So basically, Troy, who's our Senior VP of Sales and ex-FBI guy, and one of our electrical engineers from Canada, Dan Dries, came down, and we just kind of showed up. Well, we didn't show up. We had a scheduled appointment, and they had a lot of guys we probably met 40 police officers, 40 sworn officers out of a department of about 100, 110. So we went there. We had, RADDOG, Troy being a law enforcement expert, being involved in, everything from active shooter responses and progress responses after the fact, doing all types of those types of SWAT-related issues, is such an expert in it. And he was really able to bring his expertise to bear while the guys were around asking lots of questions. So that went great. Then we walked RADDOG over to City Hall, spent time with the mayor and some of the other city employees as well. So it was just great. It was great. Now, After that, and we're going to roll some of the film I took from the Rex because it was my first time to the Rex this year. Believe it or not, as much as I travel, you'd think I like it. I don't. I would really rather be home. I do it because I have to. And kind of the last couple of years, what's happened is I've been able to start the year with little travel, but really all I'm doing is pushing it back. And by the time we get to, August, I'm just on planes all the time. And that's what's happened the last couple of years. We'll see what happens this year. But if I can limit expense and limit travel, I'm certainly actively practicing that because of the expense, the time spent, and I don't love it. I love seeing people though. Okay, so then we're going to the Rex, and we're going to roll some of the B-roll video from the Rex as I narrate a little bit. We got an upgrade to our 3D print farm. So you'll see we went from 10 printers to 10 kind of entry-level printers to 5 better printers. And there's a room around the corner from where our little print farm is where we have our big printer. Yeah, you'll see this as well. This is our big printer. We spent like 20 grand on it or something crazy. And company went out of business, literally. Company went out of business. Our team got a bunch of, I don't know, like a half-done system. Because they were decent guys, they just ran out of money. So they sent us what they could, and our guys kind of finished putting it together. And you kind of see that there, right? So that's kind of cool, I guess. That's a big printer. That unit is made for building bigger pieces, specifically for RADDOG is why we got the bigger printer. And then the smaller print farm is really for doing little bits and pieces that, hey, additive manufacturing pays off so much versus having to go to a contract manufacturer and do injection molding or something like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching some of those videos from the Rex and from the Taylor Police Department. But I opened up the conversation. I said, hey, we've got a problem. And, my job is to identify problems and then, communicate them to the executive team, dig in, work them out, and move on. And we kind of go from issue to issue, solve it. Might be, hey, I've got to focus on the ERP. Boom, let's put some resources, get it done. What's the next? What's the next? What we've had over the past few months is we've had revenues increasing substantially, and I'll let the financials speak what those are. But they're not increasing as much as I know they can be. And it's a good problem to have, but our backlog isn't going down as fast as I want it to. So digging into the problem, it's a combination of production, which is kind of easier to solve because buy more, hire more, build more, boom. Kind of, there's some limitations and so forth, but it's more of a math problem. And then the other side of the challenge is the deployment question. We have 5 deployment engineers. Well, if we want to deploy 50 units, 80 units in a month, it takes a lot of work for that team. So we're going to bring in a bunch of tools, which I'll announce later on, which will help this. But nonetheless, we're improving some of our processes internally so that we can get number of deployments per month up. There's a specific number that I want to be at. So anyway, we're working on that. Want you to just kind of know what's going on. Hey, the good, the bad, the challenges. Sales, of course, are good. The funnel is good. I love it. It's super exciting. Work on Rio Gen 4 is coming along really well. Rosa should be in production in May. Rosa 4.0 should be in production in May. There's just so much happening right now. And I could talk about it for another 3 hours, but I try to keep these under 10 minutes. It looks like I'm coming up against the 10-minute marker. Thank you, everybody, for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.